역시 마법이야.
So why don't we have our new student start us off?
아쉬워.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. The trick is to pull the sphere as far as possible, but not a bit more, or it'll fall, yes? Now, I could keep talking about theory all day, but practice is the best professor. Show us how it's done.
썸머브의 아시오는 시전자에게 목표를 가까이 끌어당깁니다. R2를 누른 상태에서 아시오 주문이 할당된 버튼을 누르면 주문이 시전됩니다. 주문을 풀려면 버튼을 다시 누르면 됩니다.
Accio. Very good. The best of us. Excellent. Good. Don't lose your composure.
이거.
That's it.
이게 안 되네.
Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
오케이.
There we go.
Accio.
이게 안 되네.
Here we go.
후. 이제야 좀 잡혀가. 이제야.
Very good.
What's this?
이제야 잡혀가. 이런. 끝날 때쯤에 잡혀가, 이제 감히.
Accio.
떨어뜨려.
Well played.
떨어뜨린 점수 반감 안 되나? 점수 깎이는 거 아니야? 아쉽네. 끝나갈 때쯤에 알았어.
Let us
감을
make this
잡았어.
a bit more interesting, shall we?
오호라! 이번엔
We
이겨주갔어.
are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. There we go.
Accio.
50점이냐?
Splendid.
50점 오케이. 이제 감을 잡았어요. 이번엔 이겨주갔어. 안돼. 아쉬워요.
The best of us.
이런 망했어요. 이미 망해버렸고요.
Misha.
야, 넌 좀 사기가 있는 거 아니냐? 야, 말해봐. 야, 너 좀 사기 치는 거 아니냐?
Accio.
I will get you back for that.
좋아요. 어떻게든 이겼어. 좋아, 마음에 들어. 아, 마음에 들어.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
아, 이겼어요. 좋아요.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
뭐 화내? 왜 화나네요? 왜 why?
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
이해해주는 사람이 있어서 기쁘다.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
오, 이게 세계 다른 나라에서 있구나, 이게. 우리나라에도 있다고 해요, 여러분들. 우리나라도 있다고는 해요, 여러분들. 정확히 언급이 된 적은 없는데 우리나라에도 있다는 얘기를 들었어요. 예. 아니, 역사 밀밥이라뇨? 아니, 우리나라에도, 우리 한국에도 이 마법 학교가 있다는 얘기를 들었어요. 그리고 우리나라는 여기 그러니까 해리포터 세계관에서 우리나라는 일제강점기를 겪지 않은 나라일 가능성이 높다고 해요. 왜냐하면 이게 신동사의 우리나라가 코리아의 마법사가 이 신동사에 어떠한 이 문제가 생겨서 그 문제를 해결하려고 파견되었다 라고 신문 기사에 떠있대요. 여러분은 써있대요. 물론 저 영어라서 제대로 읽지 못했지. 어쨌든 그렇다곤 해요. 영어 기사인데 한번 나중에 영화 그 보시다가 한번 찾아보세요. 아주 빠르게 지나가긴 해요. 어쨌든 그래갖고 우리나라 일제강점기를 겪지 않은 나라의 경우가 크다고 보고 있어요. 지금 해리포터 세계관에선. 물론 우리나라 언급이 그렇게 많진 않아요. 와가두는 얼마나 커?
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
이 각자의 나라에 있는 이 학교마다 좀 특징이 있대요. 우리나라에 대해서는 나온 적이 없어서 정확히 자세히 나온 적은 에이 자꾸 왜 그러세요. 정확히 나온 적은 없는데 이 동북아시아 중에서 일본이 가장 언급이 됐거든요. 일본의 마법 학교들은 마법 학생들이 지팡이를 은행이란다. 벚나무로 만든 지팡이를 많이 쓴다고 써져 있대요. 써져 있다고 합니다. 각 나라마다 각국의 마법 학교마다 특색이 좀 있다고 해요. 일본은 벚나무로 만든 걸 많이 쓰고 와가두는 굉장히 크고 어쨌든 이렇게 괜찮으니까 그냥
Is Ouagadougou a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside.
아니 그냥
I remember the
이
first time
관련된
I
얘기를
saw
하는
it.
것뿐인데.
The roof was so big I could hardly make out
아쉬워라.
anything at all. And then it just materialized before me. This enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand.
아 맞다. 얘네들은 마법 지팡이를 안 쓰는 이 나라라 해야 되나? 학교예요. 이게 진짜 특색이 다 다르다니까요. 학교마다. 여러분들도 나중에 찾아보세요. 이거 재밌어요, 되게. 우리나라도 좀 정보가 더 많았으면 좋았을 텐데. 작가님, 우리나라에 대한 언급 좀 해주세요. 놀링 작가님. 해줄 리가 있나?
You can cast
그래도
spells
영화에선
without a
언급을
wand.
해줬는데
I find
이
wondrous
더
magic to be
언급해주지
much more
않을까요? 신동사가 좀 더
Not to
이
mention
한다면
quite convenient if one is without
신동사에서
a wand.
나오긴 했는데
I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
김왕짱 연구님께서 제주실
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise.
A word, if you would.
You know it won't work on humans.
얘기를 해야 되는구나.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
과제라 좀 무서운데요. 오, 퍼스트 클래스 학생. 오, 레벨업 했어. 아, 보상은 여기로 받아야 되지. 아직 못 봤네. 좋아요. 어쨌든 자, 이제 어둠의 마법 방어술. 이제 보조 퀘스트를 진행할 수 있습니다. 깃발로 표시된 호그와트 지역이 전 세계를 탐험하며 이 전 세계에 한국이 나올까요? 진행 가능한 이 보조 퀘스트를 발견할 수 있습니다. 이 퀘스트를 하려면 포인트를 얻을 수 있으면 메인 스토리 진전에 영향을 주진 않습니다. 스토리에 영향을 없으면 안 하시겠네. 아니, 하기 하겠죠. 할 수도 있는 거 아니겠습니까? 여기 특별 퀘스트도 있는데 불스만의 특별 퀘스트도 있고 할 겁니다. 아, 일단 지금 굉장히 좋아요. 호그와트 레거시 마음에 듭니다. 락사가 있던가? 막아놨네? 그렇구만. 막아놨다니, 이걸. 이걸 막아두네. 오. 코뿔소인가? 뼈를 보니까 코뿔소가 아닌 것도 같고. 점프가 난간 높이도 안 되는데. 별자리구나 저거. 오! 용이야! 오!
Professor Hecat!
있어,
Perhaps you be good
배터는
enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time.
I get new students every year, but I only have one
블랙
It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it.
아니요, 들어본 적 없는데?
You may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge.
야, 크긴 크다.
To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember.
레비오스.
Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
레비오스. 그거 좋아요.
Levioso.
오.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
역시 마법이 편하긴 편하구나. 아.
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent. As Levioso. Good. Now, the basic cast.
아, 기본 친구는
Well done.
그거 좋아요.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy. Protego. Complicates things.
Levioso.
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
Good form.
I know. Protego.
This duel first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy a lively duel.
쉽네.
My students for this.
내가 호그와트식으로다가 호그와트식 인사법 알려준다고 내가 더 잘하는 것 같은데.
Watch your opponent's design to attack or defend yourself. Use the basic cast when your opponent's guard is
Protego. Levioso.
끝! 아, 쉽네, 쉬워.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
좋아요.
I put you on the spot.
아니, 뭘 기거만장이에요.
Points.
아,
to
좋아요.
Gryffindor.
점수 좋습니다.
Thank you, Professor Heckard. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
솔직히 하면서도 헷갈렸어요, 방금 전에도. 저 X를 눌러야 됐거든요. 이응을 누르는 게 아니라 X를 눌러야 돼갖고 제가 헷갈렸어요, 아까
I shall
전에도.
reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Levioso, nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
아니, 한 번도 결투를 해본 적이 없어.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain
비공식?
exclusive,
비밀 결투 클럽?
unsanctioned
그런
dueling
게 있어?
organization.
좀 상한데?
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
좋아요. 교차한 지팡이 1라운드.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
아, 이걸로 해야 되겠구려. 아, 저 아래쪽이구나. 오, 좋아요. 변신수 아트. 좋구만. 근데 이 표시는 뭐지? 이 박스. 오, 고양이야. 하하하, 귀여워. 한가호 위저리.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are.
자유가 아니고요. 우리가 자유지요.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign you.
뭘까요?
Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
아버님의 선전에 대해서 자세히 얘기해 주실 수 있나요?
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's potions.
그지 그거 아니에요. 다들 왜 이래?
Potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
올리밴더 씨가 정말 여기 있다고요?
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
준비됐어요?
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
네, 티랑 갈래요?
I'd like to go with Natty.
Excellent choice. Miss Onai is one of our most talented
예,
students.
같은 그리핀도르가 낫죠?
She'll
같은
keep you well
그리핀도르지.
clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste.
뭘 아즈카반이 딱이에요. 그리핀도르지. 저거 딱 맞잖아요. 그리핀도르. 그 어떤 것보다 가장 잘 맞는 그리핀도르. 왜요? Why? 논행것의 첫 번째 과제를 받으십시오. 제 일 안 맞는 것 같은데 안 맞는 게 아니고 제일 맞거든요. 과제 호그와트 교수들로부터 퀘스트 형식을 부여받고 완료하면 새로운 주문과 같은 보상을 얻을 수 있습니다. 첫 번째 과제에 대한 보상은 수리 마법인 레파로이며 이 주문은 다른 퀘스트를 완료하는데 도움이 될 것입니다. 그리핀도를 아니 도르 그리핀도가 아니고 방금 전에 약간 이상했는데 렌더링이 이상했는데 어쨌든 교수님.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that.
레파로.
The mending charm.
그건 아마
Reparo.
최적화 문제
Fixes things right
때문에
up, makes a
모시기로
broken object
패치한대요.
good as new
그래요?
in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class
감사합니다,
in an effort
교수님.
to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. Revelio.
와이번 분수. 현신서 안뜰에 있는 분수는 맨 위에가 와이번을 닮은 모양으로 학생들이 모일 수 있는 편한 장소입니다. 캐도건 경에 의해 시작된 소문과 다르게 이것은 분명히 자신도 모르게 활기 넘치는 기사에 의해 살해된 Y의 Y번을 의미하는 것이 아닙니다. 예?